The very handsome Bradley Cooper, the sexy Zoe Saldana, the talented Jeremy Irons, in a film about literature, conspiracy, and lots of other things. There's no way this film can be bad. No way. Oh, well, my review for the words is right now. Alright, now you see, the thing was, I really wanted to like the words. I was going in, I was excited for this film, but it just doesn't work out.
There he is. Dumb kid wondering what the future held. He wanted to be a writer, but the words just wouldn't come.
Maybe now this should be a hobby, just until you get your feet on the ground.
Dad, it doesn't work like that. I gotta pay my dues.
No, I gotta pay your dues.
Alright, here's the first problem, is the story starts out with Dennis Quaid's character, and he's this writer, and he's telling the story that he's reading from this book, and the book revolves around another writer who's struggling, and this is Bradley Cooper's character, and he has this girlfriend, Zoe Saldana, and they're kind of going through a rough time, so they take this trip to Paris. And so when they go to Paris, they find this manuscript. He sees this manuscript, and he's like, hey, this would be a great story. I'm going to publish it off as my own. Well, it turns out, the writer who originally wrote it finds out about all this, and this is played by Jeremy Irons. So he gets behind, he's like, no, that's my script, you're not supposed to write that, I don't like that. And the whole thing with the Bradley Cooper and the Jeremy Irons, this whole feud that's going on between them, it's fascinating. When you get into it, you're like, yes, this is gonna be cool, you know, I can't wait till they meet. And there's a part where he calls him up and he's like, yo man, you know, I don't like you stealing my story. And so you're like, alright, this is great, this is gonna be a nice scene, really suspenseful, it's gonna be cool. But it's boring. Jeremy Irons goes on this whole story about how he wrote it and how he was in love with this woman during World War II. And it's interesting, but he takes 30 minutes to tell it when it's a 3-minute story. It just drives you insane. It's like, oh my god, old man, move on. See, the problem is it's like literature inception. It's a writer telling a story about a writer who stole off of a writer, and that was a story about another writer. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And the thing is I don't really even understand why Dennis Quaid's character is even in this. He's totally not necessary. I don't understand why he's there. He's solely there to be a narrator. It's like, why do we even need a narrator? Why can't we just have Bradley Cooper's character, Jeremy Irons' character, focus on that whole story? And speaking of characters that really don't belong in there, Zoe Saldana, beautiful woman, great to look at, but I don't understand why she's in this movie. She's just a supportive wife. That's all she is. There's no point to her character. Same thing with J.K. Simmons in this movie. Love J.K. Simmons, one of my favorite actors, does a fantastic job in this movie. His character's interesting, but I don't understand why he's there. He's just the father who's there and kind of gives advice to, you know, Bradley Cooper and, you know, whatever. But it's like, why is he even in this thing? One of the big problems is it's a concept. The story is one huge concept. The main problem with a lot of writers today is that they can't let go of their own ideas. They cannot let go of these big ideas that they have and entertain the audience. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but the whole point of films is to entertain the audience. Now, to move on to some positive points, the film's cinematography is gorgeous. There's some beautiful shots of libraries and of nature and of this greenhouse that are just gorgeous, and it's truly exceptional. The performances are good. Bradley Cooper is really shaping up to be a very nice dramatic actor. He is not just some guy from The Hangover anymore. He is shaping up to be a really nice actor. Jeremy Irons, who is classically trained in theatrical acting, still, once again, fantastic in this. Honestly, great performance by him. It's just a shame that this script was just terrible. So at the end of the day, I really wanted to enjoy this film, but I just didn't. So if you really, really want to see this movie, I advise you really, really don't. It's bad. I'm going to give it 2 stars. That's all it deserves. I wanted to give it 1, but the cinematography was really fantastic, so I'm going to give it 2. So if you're a big Bradley Cooper fan or a big Jeremy Irons fan, and so you really want to see this, just wait for it to go out to DVD. It's not worth the $10. Don't go see it. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Brian Duskin. If you want a more detailed review on this piece of crap, you can go over to griffonnews.com, or you can check out the September 13th issue of the Griffon News.